Hey everyone, it's Trader Rob. Today is Wednesday, May 21st. And to be honest with you, I was kind of excited with price action today. We had some pretty big dumps, we had some good movements. Definitely a lot more setups were presented yesterday and today, which is a positive. And speaking of the levels, the tradable levels that I gave you guys on Sunday, not only did the bands react extremely well, the weekly bands, but the tradable levels, if you guys are paying attention to the video and mapping them out on your chart, you should just see how they react around those tradable levels. I'm going to give you guys some chart examples of some trades that you could have taken off of those levels, some updates to the weekly band, and where I kind of see price action here going into the rest of the week right after the intro. As always, nothing that I state on my channel is financial advice. Trading futures or any type of trading is risky business. Any capital that is put out there is at risk for loss. All right, so today was actually a great day for trading. Took had a I had a I've actually for May. Let me just kind of rewind. For May in general, I have only had three signals that we've actually traded from. I have had probably 10, I would say a minimum of 10 signals this month that were invalidated because I missed entry by maybe a tick, sometimes a point. Um, and then they reverse right back into, or not that they reverse, but they react into my take profit levels. And those that are on Discord with me, they know that I've got a pretty simple invalidation technique that works pretty damn well. That gets us out of, one, it sucks when you're constantly seeing, your trades go, and I'm going to give you guys a bunch of examples of them, but where you call out an entry, let's say at 59.10, and price action comes down to 59.10, and a quarter, so a tick away, and you get the reaction that you were looking for at the 59.10, and then it goes and sweeps your take profit one, take profit two. I was off. I was off by a tick or two, and that's okay. It sucks because I'm not actually getting those trades, and I'm not able to capture that profit from the market that I really want to do. But it also kind of reinforces that the levels that I am finding are the areas that I am getting reaction to. Just happens that this month
Connection lost.
has been just a little bit. Sorry, I just got a thing on NinjaTrader. Um, it's just been a little tiny bit off. But the setups are there, the setups are right, and you just kind of keep marching through. So taking a look at price action. So I gave you guys on Sunday, we would have started somewhere up here at the Sunday night open. And I give you guys a level pretty much at this 59.10. And you can see that the first touch of the 59.10 right here, this is an hour chart. I'm going to show you guys some 1 and 5 minute charts. But this first reaction, I mean, I think this happened Sunday night, which it was a few hours after the video was already put. It was a few hours after the video was posted. And you got a nice, I would say, probably a 15-point reaction off of this 59.10 level. I told you guys that there was definitely some volume still sitting up here. Price action tried getting right through that band. Obviously, volume starts to drop off big time over here. And where did we come back and reject to? Right back down to that 59.10. I mean, same level, same tradable level. And this move was probably close to 40 points. This is more than 40 points on this reaction here. So hopefully you start paying attention to the tradable levels. Just put them on your chart and just take a look and see how price action reacts to them. We finally got, after this huge move to the downside, which I think I've been talking about this this area. Actually, the area is a little bit lower. I think it's in between these two bands right here, where volume just absolutely dropped off. We had huge moves to the upside, and I could just see price action wanting to hang out here for maybe a little bit, but there is just a huge possibility of price action coming back down and testing these 57.73 down to the 57.23. There's just a lot of business that, there's a lot of business here that was conducted very quickly, and I think that the market might want to kind of rebalance those out. So we finally got to this level that I gave you at the 58.55, and that's pretty much where the market kind of stopped at. This was the tradable level that I gave you guys here on Sunday. So if we look more of a top-down approach, above us, we've got another band, as I stated on Sunday, 61.54 to 61.94. It's going to have to do a lot. There's going to have to be either some huge news in the market, or the bulls are just going to have to somehow take really control of this market to get up to here. But a lot of volume sitting right here at the band that we're currently sitting at, where we got the rejection off of that tradable level. And then below us, we've got the 57.73 to 57.23. My personal feeling is this level, we might fight through a little bit. This level, I think we can probably get through much quicker. And if we do get through here, we've got a very strong level right at the 5,700. As far as the new levels that I would be looking at, I don't know why my tradable levels are not getting labeled. The old ones are not, so apologize for that. Let's put our new number in. I've got one at 59.32, and that's not right. Let's put it to the dots. There we go. All right, 59.32, which is obviously above where price action is currently sitting at. I'm gonna remove this 59.10 from here, and we've got one which is lower than that's it. So this is unfortunately the only new tradable level that I have on the ES. This one here is still going to be in play just because this is where the end of market today happened at 58.55. So we'll see how this one kind of reacts. But that's kind of my game plan for the ES. On the NQ. Oh, and then let me just show you here. This, I posted the video Sunday. It was Sunday before, right before the market opened. And here's a better chart of the reaction to that level at 59.10. I mean, to the tick. You know, I mean, zero drawdown, which is, again, I keep saying it, but that's how I judge myself on all of my signals and all my setups, is really how much drawdown do I take. And then if we move into the NQ, I gave you guys this new band at 21.585 to 21.523. Perfect rejection band on the weekly side. Got to tap into it here again. We got a huge move to the downside from there. And the same thing with this tradable level that I gave you at the 21.491. I believe I have, that was a lower level. No, that was another level on the ES that I should have showed you. But I thought I had the just let me see if I can look at it on. We came, oh yeah, so we came Sunday, would have been right around here. Oh yes, we got the rejection off of the 21,328 level. That's the one that I was showing right here. Got a 40-point reaction right straight to that level, right down to here, 40 points. Very little drawdown. And then you can see that that was pretty much the level where price action really had a hard time kind of getting above or below it. So both of these bands, the 21,491 and the 21,328, I mean, and this is the 1 hour chart. If you move this down to the 15 or the 5 or the 1, which you guys can do for yourselves, you'll see how many times you get reactions off of that tradable level. And those are areas that you can make money off of. There is obviously a band sitting above us at 21,864 down to the 21,802, similar to that ES band. You know, not a lot of volume sitting right here, so we might, if price action can get back up here and through this band, this layer of defense, might have an easier time getting into this band pretty quickly. And then below us, right below where price action currently sits, we've got one at 21,051 down to 29.72. And then below that, this is where volume really starts to drop off. So if we do get down here, I think the market's going to move pretty damn quickly. That's for sure. So we've got that same band at 24.75 to 24.12 with this great tradable level at 24.49. As far as new areas that I would be looking at, I want to adjust this band just based off of the new price, that new dump that we got. And let's bring this down to 21,486. Apply. All right. And then let's see if I can delete that level. So the new band where we currently sit from is the 21,560 to the 21,486. If we get back up here, we will have a little bit of a difficult time in the beginning part of this band. After that, like I said, the sky's the limit. And then as far as tradable levels, really I only got one for you, and it sits right at the bottom of this band. I'll still put the level up here. Well, it's 21. Let me just put it up. Sorry, I don't have my drawing tool. All right, let's get this here. It's going to be right here. It's probably going to be a little difficult to see, but you get the idea. 21,487. So again, it's sitting right at this band here. I told you guys in the beginning part of this big band, we're going to see some resistance right around here, and then if we churn through it, again, the sky's the limit above it. So that 21,486 is definitely an area to look out for. And as far as I think I showed you guys most of the reactions to the levels. This was the last one. Just posted this one today at 343. Nice rejection off of the ES level that we had marked out on Sunday as well. And if we go into trade signals, so this is kind of what I was talking about in the beginning of the video. Just a bunch of setups. You know, I don't know if this is maybe the best example. It's not the best example of what I'm speaking of, but I had called out this setup on a short for the NQ and did not put this as an official signal, just because this was an area where the big gap, the Sunday night gap, originated from. And I'm not a fan of the volume movement in that particular region. And I showed them that this is exactly where we've got the huge reaction to the downside on that trade. And then the rest ones are, this one was tough. I remember this one. So we had a setup here on the ES to go long, 59.09, literally a tick away from my entry. This ended up taking sweeping take profit 1 and take profit 2, so no trade. We invalidated that trade and had another short at 21,376, signal that we give way in advance of where price action is at. And I mean, this was again literally to the tick that missed my entry. Swept take profit 1, take profit 2. Once that happens, we know that it's invalidated. I'll go in and invalidate the signal, but most of the people in the Discord already know what I'm looking at to invalidate. And this is, I even said it, this is why we invalidate, because after so many of the sweeps of our take profit 1 and 2, the setup was right. The reaction right there is exactly what I was looking for. Again, I was a tick off. Then you get the huge movement, the sweep right through. So that was a great invalidation. Here's another one. I had an entry on the NASDAQ to go long at 21,325. Literally this one was about a point. This one was probably about a tick. Swept my take profit. After that, once it sweeps take profit this close to my entry, it's an invalidated setup and perfect invalidation, because right after that, it's taken up everything that all the volume that I see on the chart is just swept away once it does this. So it's a nice one to know. Here was another one. I mean, I'm telling you, this has been like most craziest month for these type or for my setups to literally have been missing them by a tick or two. The nice thing is we're not taking losses on them, but we're not capitalizing on the profits and the moves that are there so damn close. Here was another long that I called out for on the ES, 59.11. Take profit 1, 59.15. I think I even mentioned this one. That take profit 1 was probably going to be the most reliable signal here on this trade, and we ended up missing this one by 2 ticks. I remember that one. And this is a signal that happened today. I think this was today on the NQ. It was a quick signal. I couldn't even actually get the signal out fast enough. I didn't take this trade, and I wasn't even able to post it. This was, if you remember, there was a kind of a mini spike on a headline news earlier this morning, or after the market opened, and it would have taken full take profit, but very dicey trade, because even though we got the reaction that we were looking for off the entry and we would have hit take profit before hitting stop loss, that was kind of a dicey one. What else do we have here? Had a call out on this on a setup to go short at 21,515, and that one was a really nice one. Got to our entry, took take profit 1, take profit 2. Believe there was maybe about 3 ticks of drawdown on this trade, which is exactly what I'm looking for. So that one was really nice. And this was a nice trade that, well, I said that, it was a good signal. It took take profit 1, but it was an ugly signal. And this, if you remember, this was, I had a long on the NASDAQ at 21,412, take profit at 21,419, take profit 2 at 21,430, and my entry. This was when news started. The market kind of like reversed, and it was almost like a freight train down. We did get the reaction at the entry to take profit 1, but I was never able to get to take profit 2. This thing happened in seconds. I mean, it was just very, very quick. I did get 10 points out of that trade, and I believe that was it. So just a lot of setups that were a point or two, a point or a tick away, but that's the way that the market, some months you're going to get that. And the most important thing to me is that I am still seeing the reactions where I believe that we're going to get a reaction. And that is extremely important to me as a trader. And drawdown is extremely important as well. So hopefully this helps you guys out. And if you're looking to trade my levels, there's a video in the description below. There's two videos. It's like a two-part series to the video. One will show you how to map the levels. I'm going to show them here. To map out the levels each and every morning. It'll show you how to draw these out and where to put these lines at. And then the second video is on supercharging your levels with the volume profile. So volume profile is the key, to be honest with you. It is the 100% key. It is what shows me all of the clues of the market. It's how I formulate my entries, my take profit 1 to take profit 2, my stop losses. Everything is really based. The baseline is the level, but the refinement is the volume profile. So there's those two videos that'll give you a really good jump start on how I kind of map them out. Each and every morning I map out my levels on Discord. They're posted anywhere between half an hour to an hour before the market opens, so 7:30 Central Time, my time. And it's a good, I guess, a good like reinforcement to just to make sure that you're kind of mapping similar levels to me. And then once you add that volume profile, things will start to jump out. Here's actually a very good example. You got two levels. These are two 5-minute levels for me because they're dotted lines. My solid blue lines is a 15-minute level. My dotted ones are at 5 minutes. So instead of trading off of a band or trading off of indecisiveness off of two levels, just take a look at the volume profile and see where the most transactions were conducted, and if it matches up to a very key level. And to be honest with you, the level that I had created was 59.10, I believe, on this one. So it was really looking at this price action right here on the volume profile. But it'll give you a bunch of clues that will help you guys out in trading. So that's all I got for you. Please like, subscribe to the video, and you'll hear from me over the weekend. Take care, guys.